Just a minute. Subhodayam. Welcome all to the 7th batch of certificate course on Sanatan Dharma organized by Veda Samskruti Samiti in association with VSS Yoga Vidyapit. Today we'll be continuing with Sanatan Dharma and Shodasa Samskaras by Dr. Visalakshi. We'll start the day with Vande Mataram by Venkatanayan Garu. Please.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Suphalam, Malayaj Sitalam, Sasya Shamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram. शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनीं फुल्लकुसुमितद्रुमदलशोभिनीं सुहासिनीं सुमधुरभाषिणीं सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरम्.
Vande Mataram. Dhanyawadalu Venkatanayan Garu. Now I request Padmaja Garu to do the Pradhana, please.
We'll do 1 minute meditation followed by 3 times Omkaram. ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमस्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। ॐ प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती दीनामवित्र्यवतु। ॐ श्रीमहासरस्वत्यै नमः। गुरुरेव गति गुरुमेव भजे गुरुणैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः मतिरस्ति गुरो मां पाहि गुरो। ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्य देवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।
Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namah. ధన్యవాదాలు పద్మజ గారు. Now I request Visalakshi garu to continue with the webinar, please.
ఓం శ్రీ మహాగణాధిపతయే నమః. ఓం శ్రీ పార్వతీ రాజరాజేశ్వరాభ్యాం నమః. ఓం శ్రీ మేధా దక్షిణామూర్తయే నమః. ఓం శ్రీ మహాసరస్వత్యై నమః. ఓం శివాయ గురవే నమః. ఓం నమః శివాయై చ నమః శివాయ. ఓం నమః శివాయ. We are knowing about our Shodasa Samskaras, and we just got one sloka I explained in the previous class of Bhavaputi Mahakavi, spoken about the Dampatya Dharma Anubandha Advaita Ananda Advaita Bandha of the marital life of Sri Sita Ramachandras. So by marriage Vivaha Samskara we enter into Grihasthasrama, which is the best among 4 ashramas. So one of the most important of the Shodasa Samskaras of our Sanatana Dharma is the Vivaha Samskara, the marriage bond that connects Kama Purushartha with Dharma Purushartha, Ardha Purushartha. So in Chaturvidha Purusharthas, Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha, finally Grihasthasrama is that by which one can attain Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha also. So the Brahmacharya and this Grihasthasrama people, they have to take care of the people of Brahmacharyasrama, Vanaprasthasrama and Sannyasasrama also. So they are the caretakers and providers of facilities of food, everything to all other 3 ashrama people. So this marriage samskara, Vivaha Samskara, is very pious. It keeps up the lineage, the Vamsha survive. So this bond of marriage is considered to be the bond of several births, Sapta Janma we say, Janma Janmantara, Bantha we say. So in between this wife and husband, so that gives mutual cooperation to from wife to husband and husband to wife. Physically, mentally, spiritually, they consider that their relationship is unique. So it is considered as the Atma Bandha. A man got right to perform Deva Yajnas only with the wife, the married wife. After marriage only, both of them, wife and husband, should together perform. So Patyurno Yajna Samyoge, to do the Yajna Karyas, wife is must. So the children born through such a Dharma Patni, they alone possess the right to do Pitru Karyas. And Gautama Maharshi called this Vivaha Bandha as Sahadharmacharini Vrata. The importance of Vivaha Samskara is spoken in all Gruhya Sutra Granthas, especially in Manusmruti as Darathinas Tatha Swargaha Pitrunam Atmanascha. Indeed, it is in the hands of the wife that the forefathers attain meritorious lokas, because unless she cooperates, he cannot do any such rites and cannot perform any Aurthodaihika karmas are tat dinas. Even Ichanaimittika karmas also should be done by men with the help and cooperation of their wives only, Dharmapatni. So this marriage, though celebrated only once in the life of any individual, yet it is called as the Nitya Karma. Even this marriage is considered as Nitya Karma because it makes both of them obtain the power to practice Nitya Karmas and Naimittika Karmas every day. So there are so many relationships to a man in this world, but the most pious and inseparable, most valuable bond is the bond of mother, father, and children. After Mata, Pita, Putra Sambandha, the bond of Patni, the wife, is alone the great, pious, and inseparable as that of the bond of parents. Then all other relationships are also great and good, but these two got special significance, which can never be separated in life once it is bound. So a girl and a boy who were unknown till that time were tied with the samskara of vivaha, performed in the presence of all the gods, all pitru devatas, and all the gurus and people chanting the Veda mantras. Actually, what is meant by vivaha? Why do we call girl as the Vathu and that boy as Vara? That also should be known. How is the marriage samskara performed? What is the procedure? And what is the purpose of this marriage? Then, in what manner the priest and parents do this samskara to Vara and Vathu with the chanting of mantras? What is the meaning of those mantras and what are the inner meanings of all the mantras? So, how the marriage bond is created between them, all these points are to be known by all of us. What all works we have to do for performing this marriage samskara. So, the word vivaha is formed from the root vaha prapane. Vaha with the upasarga vivaha. Vahayati prapayati iti vivahaka. Vi means visesha, particularly, specially. Vaha means to bear, burden. So, vivaka is that bond which makes to obtain wife for maintaining the duties of grihasthasrama, dharmas, household duties. According to the Shastra, there are 8 methods of marriage. Among them, which method is to be followed by whom is also very well explained in all the Gruhya Sutra Granthas. So the marriage should occur in the, that is in the befitting manner as per the Varna in which people are born. So Manusmriti says these 8 methods of marriages in this verse, one is sloka. Brahmo daivas tathaiva arshaka prajapatyes tatha suraka tatha asuraka paishacho rakshasaschaiva gantharvascha ashtamo vithaka. So the 8 varieties of marriages are Brahmi Vivaka, Daiva Vivaka, Arsha Vivaka, Prajapatya, Asura, Paishacha, Rakshasa and Gantharva Vivaka. The characteristics of all these 8 varieties of marriages are described, of course, in a detailed manner, but normally we do Brahmi Vivaka. In Brahmi Vivaka, the bride would be decorated with the ornaments and with nice clothes. Then a virtuous bridegroom, a beautiful, handsome virtuous noble girl, when decorated with ornaments, looks like Lakshmi Devi. So such a girl is being donated in Kanyadana by Kanyadata. If such marriage is, that is Kanyadana is done, then that family, the mother and father of this girl, then 10 generations prior to them, 10 generations later to them, 21 generations would be elevated to higher residence, and they would get relieved of any and any sort of sins or any defects. Then they would cross and they get liberated. That is what the Shastra says. So Kanyadana got such great power. So Upanayana Samskara and Vivaha Samskara, they should be performed according to Shastra with sincere belief and utmost Shraddha in them. So if they are not conducted properly according to Shastra, then the aim with which we do that will not be obtained by them. So it is actually lost to our Sanatana Dharma, we can say. A house, the society, or the nation, even the whole world, we can say, will get enriched depending upon the character of women. If women are virtuous and possess the good traits spoken in our Shastras, and have the correct way of thinking, and possess the qualities which women should naturally possess as per Shastras and our Puranas and all, then that family, that society, that nation, and even the world will walk on the progressive path, and they will have peace of mind, and they live very happily with long life. Women should naturally possess the qualities such as modesty, bashfulness, endurance, then a loving nature, having capacity to do complete household works. Then also always they should be of smiling face and loving nature, purity in thought and delicacy in behavior. So they must have regard for elders, mother-in-law, father-in-law, then all the elders of the family. They must have regard and love, devotion towards their husbands, one's own husband. Then Shraddha in the honor of family, Vamsha Gaurava, Kutumba Gaurava we say, and in-laws, family prestige. Respect for all well-being of her husband. Every woman, every stree must possess stritva, satitva, matrutva, as we say. So if wife is virtuous and very devoted and very good lady, then she can mold everyone, all other members of the family also in a very virtuous manner. She can mold them to be noble, to behave virtuously. But if women are wicked, cruel, selfish, do not care and do not respect the elders or mother-in-law, father-in-law, or husband or anybody, if she is very egoistic or having many bad qualities maybe, then there will not be peace of mind at all in the family members, in the family, even the husband. Kuparyaya jivitam nashtam, they say. Shastra says. So that is why Arjuna said in Bhagavad Gita, Strishu dushtasu varshneya jayate varna sankaraha. If women are dusta, then varna sankara would take place. So women must always be virtuous and honest. They must be honest towards their husbands first. So the girls need to be brought up with the knowledge that they are girls. Aadapillalu, we say in our Telugu. They belong to that family to which they have to enter after marriage. That would be their real family. they must have love, regard, and must much more attachment towards that family rather than the family in which they are born. Because they are born, naturally they will have a lot of love, respect, and everything towards mother, father, brothers, and their family. But they must have such concern towards that in-laws family also. That is very important for the happy survival of families, society, and nation also. That is why in the olden days they used to perform marriages to the girls at the age of 10 years or 12 years also. Because if we perform the marriage to the girls at the age of 12 to 15 years in between, then they can develop a lot of attachment with the in-laws family members. They behave very properly, very considering all of them to be her family members. Nowadays, after 30 years, somehow they are getting married, somebody. After 25 years, 28 years. So by that time, their individuality is being established. They never want to bend even a little. They do not even adjust with the temperament of her husband or anybody of the family. So it is advised, in fact, to celebrate marriages at the age of 12 to 15 only. Nowadays, they say they must also, of course, they have to study. In-laws people will take care, even they are parents only, mother and father. So we need not have to worry. But nowadays, people are thinking that they must get settled, complete education, then getting job, earning a lot, then getting married. For boys, it's okay. Even for girls, they are thinking in these lines, which is not proper, in fact. So, if the very virtuous girl enters into the family, then their family becomes a sort of Nandanavana. All of them enjoy a lot. They lead very happy, peaceful life. So, Shastra says that both of them, the parents of the boy, must search for a very good, virtuous girl rather than beautiful, handsome girl. So similarly, the parents of girl must search for a virtuous, educated vara rather than very of high position or having a lot of rich family, money, beautiful and all. They are all secondary. Virtues are the first primary quality to be sought for. So Apastamba Gruhya Sutras, they say that Suhruda Samavetan Mantravato Varan Prehinuyat. The marriage is a very auspicious event, so they must search for one who is very honest, loving nature, educated, having earning capacity, of course, then having born in Orthodox family and having the Orthodox feelings. That is important. So if mother and father both are virtuous and celebrate the marriage properly as per Shastra, then the children born to them would be very virtuous and have regard and concern for the parents and elders and the family. In Mimamsa Tantra Vartika, it is said like this: Anyatra avinayam kurvan pitrubhyam varyate sutaha tayoreva avinitasya kotra bhaved vinivarakaha. If our children misbehave with others, parents will take care of them. Parents would teach him how to behave with others. They tell him how to behave properly. But if the children misbehave with the parents, then who would ward off them? Who can make them turn to good path? So our children to be virtuous and morally well, it is our duty of the parents. The parents should be virtuous and behave properly as per Shastra. Naturally, the children imitate and follow the parents. Thereby, if parents are virtuous and lead the life as per Shastra, children automatically have very noble thoughts, very noble ideas. If father and mother, if father is taking care of his father and the mother is taking care of mother-in-law and father-in-law, automatically children, when they grow, they also would follow the same path. So the families would be very happy. So with the Veda mantras, this bond is being made by Paramatma, by God. Actually, marriages are made in heaven, we say. So at the time of marriage, along with the Veda mantras, so many pramanas and vagdanas are being done by both Vara and Vathu. So if they know the meaning of mantras which they are saying, they would never transgress them. So the meaning of the mantras must be taught to them, and the significance of the events which are very important that are taking place in the marriage must be explained to them even before marriage. So it is said, no matter how hard we try, marriages will be decided as the result of our own deeds and the runanubandha rupena pasupatni sutalayaha, we say. By the debt, the marriages would be made, all the relationships would be of that sort only. That is why we have to make sure that our deeds are cultured and civilized and very pious and sacred. Stritva is there in all women, of course. After marriage, she becomes a sati. Satitva and patnitva would come to her. When she gives birth to children, she becomes mother, and matrutva would come to her, by which she enjoys a lot in her life. The most happiest period of life for that is male and female, both of them, that is the period of their children from the age of the moment they are born, but from the age of 2.5 and 3 years to 10 years. At that time, parents enjoy a lot with the company of their children, taking care of them, listening to their words, seeing the activities, everything. So because they got such happiness, throughout the life they bear with them, and even though they sometimes some children may misbehave with the parents, but they always pardon them. They never see any defects in the children. They try to pacify them and provide everything to them. So at the even this father, the boy also, after the marriage, he gets pitrutva. After the marriage, he gets bhartrutva. He becomes a bharta to that girl. So he must always have the intention in the mind and conscious that he has to take care of his wife, giving vyaktitva, respect to even her individuality, and taking care of all her wishes as his wishes. Then when they get children, he becomes pita. The moment this Vara Vathu, wife and husband, become mother and father, they must forget that they are male and female. They got so many desires, enjoyments, everything. They are not even wife and husband. They are mother and father. The utmost duty of the couple is to take care of their children, to bring them as very honest, virtuous, great citizens of the nation and good members of the family. So that is how our family system is being prepared and advised by our Maharshis. Therefore, one should, and also, unless this marriage is celebrated, one cannot do any sort of Yajna Yagadi Kratus. Before marriage, only a few are given to Brahmachari. After marriage, only they can do a lot. So, by clearing the Pitru Runa, they give happiness to the forefathers, ancestors, by this Vivaka Bantha. So, they give utmost importance to Pitru Karyas after the marriage. They must do Yajna Yagas and offer oblations, Havis, and gods would be pleased. So by getting married, we can get rid of all the runas, pancha runas. Therefore, one should search for a girl born in a noble family, having noble thoughts, who have the feeling of giving cooperation to her husband in Nitya Naimitika karmas, Srauta Smarta karmas, and all. So, the bridegroom's parents wish only one thing, that the daughter-in-law must just keep up the prestige of their family. She must consider them also as equal to her mother and father. She must lead very happy married life with her husband, with their son, and giving birth to the children must keep up the lineage. So only such desires they got. So it is the duty of the girl to fulfill all such dharmika desires of mother-in-law, father-in-law, in-law, husband, and everyone. So even the mother-in-law and father-in-law also, they must show more affection towards the daughter-in-law rather than their own daughter, because mother-in-law becomes mother to this daughter-in-law. So the daughter, when marriage is celebrated, she goes to some other family and she must behave equally there. And this girl who is born to some others has come here. She is giving the happiness to their children, that is her husband, keeping up the lineage, keeping the prestige, and taking care of the elders at their last years. When they become aged and old, it is her duty, daughter-in-law's duty, to take care of them. So she must be given much more importance and affection and love rather than other members. So naturally, automatically they love her, they love everyone. Every mother and father who love their children automatically love their daughter-in-laws and son-in-laws also. All children are equal to all the parents. So in fact, nowadays, of course, no girl is having such moral bond. Not no girl, but at least most of them are not having such moral bond. They want to live separately. Single family system has come. Okay, whatever may be, if at least the noble gunas, qualities are there, that is enough. Either they are joint family or separate family, doesn't matter. The nature, virtues matter. So at the time of necessity, if they come and take it, that would be enough. So then all the families and society also, and even the nation would flourish happily. So Shastra says, Agre Kulam Pariksheta, in Apastamba Gruhya Sutras, in many slokas, Maharshi explained how to select a girl as a bride. In selecting, at least because we got choice to select, so we must select the best suitable. What sort of girl is to be selected and what sort of girl should not be selected are given in the Shastras. Still he says, Bandhushila Lakshana Sampannam Arogam Upayecheta. A girl, if born in an orthodox family with good health, noble thoughts, then that girl should be selected as a bride. Similarly, Maharshi also spoke how to select a bridegroom to their daughter. Bandhushila Lakshana Sampannam Srutavan Arogavan iti Vara Sampannam. So the bridegroom should be born in an orthodox family with good health, having noble thoughts, and is well educated, having Shastra Jnana. And must be healthy. So such a person should be selected. Nacha Gunahinaya Karhichit. Never the girl should be given to a person with vices, bad habits. So, Apastamba, Gruhya Sutras also say that Yasyam Manas Chekshusho Nibatnanta Syat Na Sat Vrithihi Na Negnetaradar adriyeta iti eke. Somebody say that by seeing a girl, if the eyes and the mind of the bridegroom got satisfied, she can be selected. So similarly, if the family background is correct and if the family background matches to the family background of this boy, that is Gotra, the Sagotra should not be there, Sapindika they should not be there. So such things they must take care. So if both of them, they like mutually, they should not care for either job or maybe difference of age or prosperity, money, properties and all. They can be kept aside, but lineage must be seen definitely. Similarly, in case of if the girl likes a boy, a person, if families are matching, they can celebrate the marriages. But one should not get married relationship with Sagotra and Sapinda. Because they are, and also of Samana Pravara, the same Pravara if they got, they should not be selected because they are considered to be having the relationship of brother and sister. So marriages must be taken from a far off relationships. Whereas if suppose a person wants to, if they do not have children, they can adopt. Then from near families they must take, they say. So even in Manusmriti, it is said, Avipluta Brahmacharyo Lakshanyam Striyam Udvaket. And also it is said, Aroginim Pratrumatim Kanyam Asamanarsha Gotrajam Ananya Purvikam Kantam Asapindam Yaviyasim. She must have a brother, they say. Shastra says that the girl should have a brother or brothers, at least one brother, because if only girls are born and boys are not born to parents, and if that girl is selected as the Kanya, then at the time of Kanyadana, the Kanyadata, the father of the girl, would say to Vara that Asyam yo putraha jayate same putro bhavet. The son born to her may become my son. That is the elder son whom you get. You please give that son to me. He must be my son. So if a boy is there, they never would ask like this. So in our tradition, marriage is not just the process which unites man and woman, a girl and a boy, but it is the union of two families and union of two dynasties, vamshas we say. When once get united, this couple should together achieve dharma, artha, kama together, and through their behavior must aim at moksha purushartha also. So at the time of marriage, bridegroom says, Brahma Praja Sampatyartham Striyam Udvake. I am accepting this girl as my wife for the sake of getting the most glorious Aishwarya, the Santana. Getting good progeny, children, is the real Aishwarya. Through righteous manner, in dharmika manner, a person has to marry a virtuous woman, because when his mother and father leave the body and go away, then she has to lead the light and support him in doing the last rites. If she refuses, if she do not have regard, love, or having hatred towards such things, then what this person can do? So she must cooperate. That is why, unless wife's cooperation is there, husband can do nothing, cannot even take care of the parents. So the qualities of a girl are utmost important. A man should do, the girl can do even without the consent of her husband. She performs, but husband cannot do individually without her consent and without her cooperation. So and our elders took so much care, and even Shastra is giving such sort of caution to us. A man should do Agni Karya every day. With the fire, he worships on the he got on this Upanayana day. Now, with the fire he activates at the time of marriage, he has to do Srartha karmas. And even when he leaves the body, his son would lit with that Garhapatya Agni only, even Kim. So a person becomes qualified to do Agnya Upasana only when he performs Prathana Pravesha Homa, Salipaka, Agnya Upasana, Agni Upasana, Vivaha Diksha, Diksha Visarjana, and Sesha Homa, etc. So a good Vara should marry a Vardi Vathu, by which God Devendra will be pleased and blesses the couple. Because when he becomes a Gruhastha, he would perform Yajna Yagadi Kratus, offers oblations into the fire to Devendra and all other gods. So Gruhastha will do yagas, yajnas, and they would offer Somarasa also to Devendra and to all gods. They offer Annam, that would be the food to the gods. So they take care of this Vara and Vathu also. The moment the marriage is fixed, they become ready to protect them. All mankind, entire mankind is being protected by gods only. It is said in Ekagni Kanda that Samaryama Sampago Noniniyat Samjatspatyagum Suyamamastu Devaka. Vara decides that by the blessings of Aryama and Bhagadevata, and also Agni Deva, their Dampatya should be strengthened. They must be have very happy married life. So when a worthy girl is decided to be given in marriage to a worthy boy, all the gods accept for that. This is known by the mantras of Taittiriya Brahmana. Dadami iti Agnir Vadati. The fire god says, I am ready to offer the hand of this girl to this Vara. Then Tatheti Vayurakuku. Then immediately Vayudeva says, okay, I accept for this. Hanteti Satyam Chandrama. Even God moon accepts. When all the gods accept, then only the marriage takes place. So Hanta, okay, I am accepting, says moon god. Aditya Satyam Omiti. Then Aditya, sun god, also says, Om, okay, I am accepting. You can offer this girl's hand to that boy. Then Apaha Tat Satyam Aparat. Then Apaha, water, Varuna Deva also accepted. He also said, okay. So with the consent of all the gods, Brahmadeva, Devendra, then Agni Deva, Chandrama, even Gandharvas, then Aditya, then water, or with the consent of all the gods, the marriage, our marriages are being performed. First Agnihotra accepts and says, okay, I will give this girl's hand to this boy. Why Agni Deva says first? Because actually the moment when this girl is born, when the girl is born, the parents become very happy and they fully nourish, of course, and take care of the boy or girl, the babies. But actually, it is the gods who are taking care of the children born, especially girls, and nourishing them. First, when the girl is born, moon god takes care of them. Then Varuna god takes care of them. Then Gandharvas takes care of them. Then Somaha Adadat Gandharvaya, Gandharvaha Adadat Agnaye, Rayimcha Putranscha, Adad Agnir Makhyamatho Imam. This is the mantra given in this Ekagni Kanda. So this is there. When a girl baby is born, then onwards, moon protects her, making her grow with his own digits. Just as the moon grows digit by digit and becomes full moon on Paurnami, similarly, the Kalas digits would be given to this girl by moon. That is why the small babies always look very attractive, like moon, very pleasant. We become very happy to interact with them, chit-chatting with them. So thus taking care of the baby, this moon hands over the responsibility to protect her to Gandharva at the age of 10 or 11. Till 10th year, the moon takes care. At the age of 10, in the olden days, up to 8 years, from 8th year to 10 years to Gandharva, at the 10th year, hands over to Agnideva. Like that, they used to do, I'd say. Nowadays, of course, normally till 10 years, 10, 11, moon takes care. Then Gandharva starts to take care of the responsibility of the girl. That is why the girls look very more attractive and handsome. They develop the talent of singing, dancing, painting, because all Gandharva Gana we say. And they develop Sahitya, Abhinivesa, in that is writing, composing poems, speaking pleasantly and all. Thus, in the childhood, moon takes care of the girl. At the teenage, Gandharvas take care, and they protect, teaching them the arts, everything, and then hand over her to Agnideva. At the age of 16, 17, they hand over this girl. So then onwards, Agnideva takes care of the girls, making them virtuous, pious. Chastity would be protected to them. So Agnideva takes care of the chastity, and the power to protect the chastity is given to girls by Agnihotra. That is why girls themselves, they take care of themselves, even women. They are empowered to protect themselves. No other care is in fact needed, but father takes care, husband takes care, children take care. So according to our Shastra, so the capacity of providing food to all the family members, giving birth to Satsantana, depends on is there in the hands of that girl. Her that is her behavior and traits. So she must take care of all the family members the moment she steps into the in-laws house after marriage. So at the time of Upanayana, the brahmachari prayed Agnihotra, Suprajaha Prajaya Puyasam, Suviro Viraihi Suvarcha Varchasa, Suposhaha Poshaihi. That is, he prayed Agnideva to give him all these in future. So Agnideva accepted at that time his prayers. And whenever he needs whatever, Agnideva is giving him. So now he gave this Kanya to him to get married. So a commentator by name Haradatta, he said that the Vara praised Agnideva as Yatha Gruhasto Bhavani Tatha Suprajaya Puyasam. When I become a householder, then please favor me with good progeny, Santana. The foremost purpose of marriage itself is to get Santana and to become free from Pitru Runa. Prajayai Gruhamethinam, we say. Now he should know why they are called as Vara and Vathu. Vara means Sreshta, the best. In those days, at that time, to that girl, that person was the best and befitting person to be married by her. He was Sreshta for her. So he is called as Vara. Parents decided him to be Vara to her, the best. Then that girl is the called as Vathu because Vara takes the burden of taking care of this girl. So she is called as Vathu. Udhyate, Uvaha. Uhyate putrena iti Vathu. And also because she gives birth to children, she is called as Vathu. That is the Vyutpatti Artha of that word Vathu, being born by husband and giving birth to children. In our Sanatana Dharma, the marriage is a samskara, and it is not just a function or any festival to be treated as something, but it is a kratu, a religious samskara. So it should be taken care in all aspects. Many foreigners are now understanding the significance of our marriage, Sanatana Dharma Bhatta, Vivaha and Dharmika Jivana. Now, so they also are performing marriages as per our Shastra, and they are trying to lead full span of life together, both of them, because in their custom, nearly if they stay together for 7 years, they say that is great, 7 years bond. Then later they get separated by divorce and get married to others. But in our tradition, Sapta Janma Bantha, we say, if once the marriage is performed till the death, they must be united, and we are staying together. So we never want to get separated at all. So this separation is not there in our Shastra, but this divorce is there in foreigners. So divorce vidakulu as a, that is not at all there. The youth must realize the greatness of the marriage and the aim of the marriage and the meaning of the mantras of the marriage and inner meanings and essence of marriage. Then they would never misbehave after marriage, either with the wife and husband together or anything. So the antararthas, inner meanings of the mantras must be known. I will try to explain them as far as possible according to time and all, today and tomorrow. So to us, that is Bharatiyas, Sri Ramachandra and Sita Mata, they are the ideal couple. So, Ekapatnitva of Sri Ramachandra is our ideal. Pativratya of Sita Devi is ideal to us, to the whole mankind, not only to us. That is why we say, Yatra cha Bala Devi Swarupaka, Bala Sarve Sri Ramaka. In our motherland, Mrudapicha Chandana Masmin Dehe, one Gita is there, Samskruta Geya. There this line is there. So mutual loyalty and confidence are the foundation of binding attachment of the wife and husband to live together. We believe marriages are made in heaven by God, although we feel that we are doing this marriage, we are selecting, and in fact it is fixed by God. That is why to clear off the Pitru Runa, these marriages are being made, and they got so much importance also. And when God decided, or their praktana janma purakruta karma phala, the bond runanubantha, runa is bound, we are implementing that here, that's all, and celebrating the marriages. So in our marriages, we first invite gods to come witness and bless the couple and all the people. And next we invite the relatives, a couple, elderly couple, giving this Lagna Patrikas, Vivaka Patrika, along with the cloths, the dakshinas and all, and bow down to them and get the blessings, and then start inviting all others and friends. So the marriage takes place in front of 3 crores of gods. The Kula Devatas, Ishta Devatas, Trimurtis, Trishaktis, Navagraha Devatas, Pancha Putas, then sun, moon, stars, God Devendra, Devi Devatas, all, even the Dig Devatas, they all are to be prayed by us, and they all would come, and they are the witness of this marriage, and they bless the couple and all the people there. So it is actually fire god who is the most important witness, Agni Sakshi. We say the marriages are done with the Agni Sakshi. Even the sages with their wives, Saptarshis and so many other Maharshis also come there to that marriage celebration, and they are the witness and they bless us. So while all such great gods, then maharshis and relatives and everybody are watching, this girl and boy, Vara Vathu, they mutually do so many promises to each of them. Then they celebrate this marriage festival. When they are aware of these facts, how can they transgress them? They can never. So they can never go for divorces if they have this knowledge. So now let us try to know the scientific and spiritual greatness behind the events of our marriages, the meanings of at least some of the mantras, if not all. So in the Vivaha Samskara of our Sanatana Dharma, there are certain prakriyas, we say, are done with the mantras, chanting of mantras by the priest, and also the priest Brahmagaru makes the father and mother, father utter the mantras, makes the Vara and Vadhu to utter, repeat and say certain mantras. So with the mantras, he purifies with the divine power. So the relationship between water and fire, Varuna Deva and Agni Deva, is very special and particular. And this marriage process starts with the that process of fire and Varuna, Agni Deva and Varuna Deva, fire and water. So the process of Vivaha starts with the water in the Kalasha and the flames in the Vedic altar. So during the wedding, when the beginning of the Kratu, Varuna and Agni Deva are being invoked. Varuna into Kalasha and Agni Deva into Vedic altar. Then Vathu's hands would be kept in the hands of Vara. Then uninterrupted stream of water will be poured from the conch, shankha, into their hands. Jalam Amritam, we say, water got the power of nectar in it. Electricity is being generated from the water only. Vidyut Shakti, the power of the lightning is there in the water. So when water is actually, we know it is the conductor of electricity. So the flow of water causes electricity in the hands of both Vara and Vathu through their hands and enters into their bodies, attracting each of them and creates love in between them, both of them. Pouring of water through the conch, the Shankha, awakens the spiritual power, spiritual energy in the body and mind also, and awakens the spirituality in both of them. Achyatmika Shakti Tarangas would come, and that leads them towards the sadhana for attainment of apavarga, moksha, mukti. So this process, by this process, actually, this process is being realized that the marital relationship is not just physical, but it is spiritual. The couple, both of them are being united and they have to do their household duties when they are being united with, after developing affection, mutual love and regard, attraction in both of them. By this process of marriage, automatically the love comes into their hearts towards each one of them, both of them, not each one. So in our traditional marriage festival, there is a prakriya called as Yugachidrabhisheka. Then Uttarena Yajusha Tasyaha Shirasi Darphenvam Darpa Invam Nithaya. Like that, the mantra continues. The darpa grass would be molded around, made as round, like ring. That is called as invam. So that invam, chutta kuduru, as we say, in the olden days, we used to keep the pot on that chutta kuduru, which makes the pot stand firmly. It would not fall down. So thus in a round manner, like a ring, that darpa is turned into invam. So that round object is kept on the head of this bride, actually keeping that invam on the head of the bride while chanting the mantra, Tasmin Uttaraya Dakshinam Yuga Chidram Pratistapya, and all it continues. That is a very big wooden log would be there, a big log, which would be kept above the head. They do not keep on the head. They just hold here and there. The Brahmagaru, the parents, and then the Vara, they hold that log above the head of this girl and make a hole on the southern side, and they pray God Devendra with the mantra, keeping this invam there, this darpa round they keep there, and even the gold finger round without stones. A gold ring also would be kept there, and with the chanting of mantras, water would be poured over her head through that ring, invam, and hole of the log. So, Ke Rathaha Ke Nasaha Ke Yugasya Shachipate Apalam Indraha Trihi Tripurtvi Akarat Surya Varchasam. This is the mantra. This is said in Ekagni Kanda, and it is also there in Taittiriya Aranyaka also. So in some other places also this mantra is there. Even it is there in the Veda, Rigveda mantras. This mantra, Apala. Apala is a Rushika. She is Drashta. Veda mantra she visualized. So this mantra is there in Veda. So the prayer is, O God Indra, Lord Indra, you have sprinkled water 3 times on Apala from the chariot sitting in which you are going somewhere, and made her holy. Her body become holy and luster. You gave her luster equal to the luster of sun god. You have removed the defect of her body, of that white spots, Switrini, they say, and you gave her perfect health and luster. So similarly, you please remove if any defects are there in the on the body of this girl, my Vatu, and give her luster equal to sun. Just as you blessed Apala, you please bless this girl whom I am going to get married. Thus the Vara prays Devendra, God Indra, and pours the water. So that wooden log, through that, the story of Apala is said like this. Apala nama kachit kanya svitrini bapuva tam kanyam sweta roginim na kasid upameye. Like that the story is given there in Ekagnikanda and all. So there was a girl by name Apala. She was suffering from a disease called white spots. We say bulli in our Telugu. So no one came forward to marry her. So one day, normally every day she goes to river, they take bath, offer arkhya to sun and all, everything. So similarly, on one day she went there to the river to take bath and saw a Somalata coming, floating on the waters towards her. So she picked up that Somalata, pierced it and squeezed it and brought Somarasa, the juice of Somarasa, she put in a vessel made with a big leaf. And Manasika Yaga she did. Mentally, she performed Yajna to please God Devendra and offered this Somalata juice to Devendra. She kept the juice there, Soma Rasa, and prayed Devendra to take this because she is offering him. At that time, actually, Devendra was going somewhere, sitting in his chariot. He was very much pleased by the devotion of this Apala, and he accepted that Somarasa because Devendra and all the Devatas, they like Somarasa very much. That is their food. So he accepted that Somarasa and he sprinkled water through the whole of the wheels of his chariot. 3 times he poured water, and that water drops fell on her and completely cured that Switrini, that disease. And she became very handsome, glorious, and beautiful. So if gods are pleased, they will favor us. Tejo vai hiranyam, we say. Ayur vai hiranyam. Hiranyam is gold. Gold gives luster, gold gives long life to us. The water purifies the body and soul. Varuna Deva got the power to purify everything. So the water cleans everything. And Tirthodakam cha Vaknischa Nanyataha Suddhim Arhataha. The fire and water are pure by nature. They purify everybody, everything who come in contact with them. So Shivena, the mantras, the Vara praise and request Devendra with the mantra, Shivena tva chekshusha pashyantu. Please see her with your auspicious sight and please bless her also. So thus he praised Devendra to give purity of body and mind to her and make her lustrous, worthy to get married. So these Yuga Chidra Abhisheka mantras got such power. Later they make Vathu wear Mathuparkas. Then she changes again, cleans head, changes the dress and wears Mathuparkas with the mantra Uttaraya Yoktrena Sannakyati. Like that there are some other mantras. Then again she is made to sit there on the wooden plank. Then a sort of Yoktra Bandhana we say, which is very important. With the darpa grass, darpas, they prepare a sort of rope, the priest prepares, and that would be tied to the waist around her body by the vara. So the bridegroom should put a knot with the yoktra while taking it like this, uttering the mantras. Ashasana Saumanasam. He must put a knot at the part of Napi, the navel part of that girl, and hold that rope of that pass. Then the meaning of this mantra is this girl, the girl who is having noble mind, desires to get children and prosperity and beauty, is desired by me as my wife, life partner. So I am tying this yoktra to bring her towards me to get married. So saying, he just gently pulls the ropes, that is the two sides of that rope. He just pulls like this, and she also accepts. So I'm tying this yoktra to bring her to get married. Regarding this yoktra bandhana, elders say that both husband and wife both are like both the bulls who pull the cart, bullock cart in the form of samsara. So for samsara, just as the bullock cart is being pulled by both the bulls, similarly, wife and husband must lead the married life similar with equal responsibilities. So this Yoktra Bandhana is the bride, that is Dharma Patni, accepts to that, and she is ready to give cooperation in all the dharmika karmas being performed by husband after marriage. So she also accepts. By this Yoktra Bandhana, she accepted to behave as Dharma Patni. So following her husband in all his works. So in Veda Bhashya it is explained as Yatha Vivahe Striyaha Kanthe Mangala Sutram Tadvat. So this is a sign equal to that of tying Mangala Sutra in the neck of that girl, this Yoktra Bandhana. So the girl who is sanctified by such mantras said in Vivaha Samskaras alone is worthy to be called as Dharma Patni. Patyurno Yajna Samyoge. So Patni means one who got eligibility to do yajnas along with her husband. So by her only Agni Siddhi occurs. So unless she cooperates, the yajnas would not yield the proper fruits. So when the marriage is celebrated, the husband says with her, that is with his wife, that girl, Guruhan Gacha Gurhapatni Yathaso Vashani tvam vidathamavadasi. That is, you come to our house as Gruha Patni and encourage to do meritorious deeds. Encourage all the family members and encourage me to do righteous deeds. Bring all members under your control with love, concern, and regard towards them. We say na gruham gruhamichyakuhu gruhini gruhamuchyate. The house is not called a house. The housewife is called as the house. Illu chusi illalini chudu antar. So gruhe tishtati iti gruhastaha. One who resides in the house is a gruhasta, and gruhini who takes care of the house. House means not only rooms, the members, the house also and members also. And their responsibility, thus both got equal responsibilities, wife and husband. At the time of marriage, both wife and husband took oaths that they will not trespass each other in dharma, artha and kama. Dharme charthe cha kame cha nati cherami. Dharme charthe cha kame cha nati cheritavya. Whatever they do should do with mutual consent. The Vara asks Vadhu that she must be under his control while doing dharma, artha, kama. She should never trespass him. Vara also promises to Vadhu that in doing the karmas, dharma, artha, kama, he would never trespass, never overlook her, and with her concern only he will do. Thus both of them did promises. Another most important event in the marriage is Kanyadana, the real process by which the marriage is being celebrated. Of course, many more are there. At the time of Kanyadana, while taking Sankalpa, they seek the blessings of all the gods and then start the procedure of Vivaha. Brahma, Vedapatihi, Shivaha, Pasupatihi, Suryo Grehanam Patihi, Shekro Deva Patir, Havir Hutapatihi, Skandhascha Sena Patihi, Vishnu Yajna Patir, Yamaha Pitru Patihi, Shekti Patinam Patihi, Sarve Te Patayaha, Sumeru Sakita, Kurvantu Vo Mangalam. Thus, so many other mantra slokas are there. I am reciting only a few every time. Many more are there in Agnikanda and so many all Gruhya Sutra Granthas. Thus, in several other slokas, they pray all the gods, starting with from Vinayaka, all the gods are being prayed for. So later they do Dasadanas, if possible Shodasadanas. Tyage Naikena Amritatva Manasuhu, we say. In all our rituals, devotion, donations are very much needed, very much important, and we donate for each and every kratu or karma. We do puri dakshinas, danas. So those who do any daiva karya, supakarya and pitrukarya, certainly we donate dasadanas. So many danas are at least money or annadana, vastradana, dravyas to Brahmins, worthy people, and seek their blessings. Hiranyagarbha Sambhutam Savarnam Changuliyakam Sarvapradam Prayachami Prinatu Kamalapatihi. For the pleasure of Sri Mahavishnu, they donate gold. Yajna Sathana Bhutaya Vishwasya Kaukhanashini Vishwasya Akhavokhanashini Vishwarupadharo Devaka Priyatam Anaya Gava. Godana, the cow is yajna sadhana. Due to her only one can do yajna or abhisheka, pujas, etc. The pancha gavyas we use in yajnas are being obtained from the cows, our deshiya cows only. So the cow is samsara papanasini, removes the sin of this world. And by Godana, our sin would be removed. So, by doing this Godana, God Vishwarupa becomes very much pleased and blesses us. Sarvesham Asraya Devi Varakena Samudhrita. Ananta Sasya Phalada Ata Shantim Prayachame. Ma Earth, Mother Bhumata, Bhudana. So, the substratum of the entire world and the solace to all living beings is Mother Earth. She yields endless crops and feeds all living beings. She is uplifted by Sriman Narayana Srihari in the incarnation of Varaha Avatara by donating such a pious, powerful land, Bhumata. People get tranquility of happiness and peace of mind. So, thus, with such mantras, slokas, and sankalpas, so many mantras are there. I just prayed, gave only as an example, 2, 3 I gave. So with such sankalpas, they donate rice, wheat, salt, ghee, cow ghee, our Deshiya cow ghee, sesame seeds, then avathanyas, cloths, everything. So many danas they do to the worthy people. Godana must be done to such a worthy person who can take care of the cow. He should not let it go away or should not give to somebody else or something. He should not sell that cow. So seeing to such a worthy person, Godana should be done. So in the process of Vivaha Karyakrama, the wife and husband perform several yajnas. The power of the mantras recited at that time, they create holiness and protection. Then they pray Garhapatya Agni to bless the Vadhu with Dirka Saumangalya, that is, longevity should be given to her husband. After the marriage, the wife always prays for the protection of her Mangalya only, that is, safety and healthy, long span of life of her husband, then of children. The fire god also blesses her to get worthy children. Then the couple, they pray, both of them together, they pray fire god as per Juloka. They pray Vayudeva, Ashwini Devatas to protect their children. In Lajala Homa is a very beautiful one of the items of this marriage processes. Then in Lajala Homa, the wife and husband pray God with Veda mantras to bless them to live long with mutual love and happiness. So later Vara, that is the bridegroom, expresses his mind regarding what she should do, how she should behave with him after the marriage. So he says, he recites so many mantra slokas. This girl accepts for all, and she, whatever he decides, she says okay. And she also similarly expresses her desires. Even he accepts for that and says okay. So both their wishes are being expressed. They are as per Shastra, they must say, not as they like this Laukika, they should not. So both wife and husband, the Vara and Vadhu, they express their will that they want to follow the footprints of Adarsha Dampatis of all Devatas and Rishi Dampatis and Manava Dampatis Sitaramas. So the several mantra slokas are there. I will recite only 2 or 3. So this is the greatness of our Sanatana Dharma. The bridegroom says, Rakhavendre yatha Sita, Vinata Kashyape yatha, Pavakecha yatha, Swaka, Tatha Tvam Mayi Bhartari, Sudakshina Dilipecha, Vasudevecha Devaki, Lopa Mudra yatha Agastye, Tatha Tvam Mayi Bhartari. Atrau yatha Anasuya cha, Jamadagnou cha Renuka, Sri Krishnau Rukmini Yadvat, Tatha Tvam Mayi Bhartari. Thus he mentions still more, many more Dampatis and wants his wife to be like that, and she agrees for that. That is, as Sita behaved with Rama, as Vinata and Kashyapa, Vinata Devi behaved with Kashyapa Maharshi, as Swaka behaved with Pavaka Agnideva, thus you must behave with me. Just as Lopamudra Devi followed Agastya, Like that, so many. Anasuya Mata followed Atri Maharshi, Renuka Mata followed Jamadagni, like that. Many more they said. Then another most important event is Saptapati, Saptapadi. After completing Saptapadi, I will stop for today. If time is there, you can ask questions, or tomorrow also you can ask the doubts if any are there. So the next most important event in the marriage process is Saptapadi. Sakha Saptapada Bhava, we say. One becomes a friend if both talk together 7 words, or if walk 7 steps together. So even this is said in by Kalidasa Mahakavi in Kumara Sambhava. Shiva came in the form of disguise of Brahmachari and speaks to Parvati that now I have become your friend because I spoke more than 7 words with you. So she can express her view freely. That's what he says. So we should understand that sort of sublime prayers and wishes are there in Saptapadi mantras. To say that our relationship is of 7 births, Saptapadi is being performed. So Vara wishes some desires, she accepts, and she also desires and he accepted. For the Saptapadi, for each step the Vadhu is keeping Vara wishes, and she says Badham Om. Om Ekamishe Vishnustva Nayatu. Om Dve Urje Vishnustva Nayatu. Om Trini Rayasposhaya Vishnustva Nayatu. Om Chetvari Mayu Bhavaya Vishnustva Nayatu. Om Pancha Pashupyo Vishnustva Nayatu. Om Shat Rutupyo Vishnustva Nayatu. Om Sakhe Saptapada Bhava. Sa Mam Anuvrata Bhava. Vishnustva Nayatu. Let Vishnu Narayana bring you towards me. The bridegroom asks the bride to keep 7 steps and recites these mantras, praying Sriman Narayana should make her those steps, fulfilling his desires. The moment she is keeping the foot, the desire should be fulfilled. Like that, 7 desires are to be fulfilled the moment she puts 7 steps. Sriman Narayana must fulfill the desires. Vishnuhu Tvam Nayatu. Let Sri Mahavishnu lead your path. May Vishnu lead you. Keep the steps properly. The first step for getting proper food, Annalapa, getting Aishwarya. Second step for physical and mental strength. Third step for getting strength to practice Panchamaha Yajnas, Nityanamitika Karmas, etc. Fourth step for Saukya and Ananda and wealth. Fifth step for Pasu Sampada and servants, etc. Sixth step is for Dharma Rakshana and to save the Sanatana Dharma and to do service to Maharshis and elders, to all the Rutviks in all 6 seasons throughout the span of life, and to get happiness in all 6 seasons. And 7th step for safeguarding Grihasthasrama dharmas and spiritual thinking. She should put 7 steps. Bride also, while keeping each step, tells that she wants these 7, then he accepts for that. The 7 are, she also says in the form of mantra slokas, Dhanam Dhanyam Cha Mishtanam Vyanjanadyam Cha Yad Gruhe Madathinam Cha Kartavyam Vadhu Radye Pade Vadet Kutumbam Rakshayishyami Sada Me Manjupa Sada Te Manjupashini Dukhe Dhira Sukhe Hrushta Dvitiye Sa Abravid Vachaha Patibhakti Rata Nityam Kridishyami Tvaya Saka Twadanyam Nanaram Mamsye Trutiyena Abravididam. Then Lalayami Cha Keshantam Ganthamalyannu Lepanaihi Kanchanair Bhushanaihi Tupyam Turiye Sa Pade Vadet आर्ते आर्ता भविष्यामि सुख दुःख विभागिनी तवाज्ञां पालयिष्यामि पंचमे सा पदे वदेत् यज्ञे होमे च दाने दानादौ भविष्यामि त्वया सह धर्मार्थ काम कार्येषु वधूः षष्ठपदे वदेत् अत्रांशे साक्षिणो देवाः मनोभाव प्रबोधिनः वचनं न करिष्यामि सप्तमे सा पदे वदेत्. She says that dhana dhanya vyanjanas, all items, all household should be under her control, because the moment she steps in in-laws house, she wants to start to do her kartavyas, taking care of in charge and well-being of all family members by feeding them with good food. So she says she will speak very pleasingly and she will take care of the family and she will stand firm in hardships and pleasant at happy situations. She will walk following her husband as Pativrata. She will never think of Parapurusha or other than her husband. And even in the dream, she would think of her husband only. She will wear flowers, ornaments, sandal paste, etc., decorate herself for the amusement and happiness of her husband. She will share sukha dukkhas with him, her husband, and then he also obeys for all her desires. She will accompany him in dana karmas, dharmadara, that is dharma, artha, kama, purusharthas and all. So what all she said, gods also, they are all witness to the words of both of them. So when they have promised, she said that finally, I will not deceive you at any time. Gods are the witness for this my word. So here we'll stop today. So tomorrow we will continue this. Swasti.
Dhanyawadalu, Visalakshi garu, for the nice session on the Vivaha Samskara. And now I request Padmaja garu to do the Pradhana, please.
Earphones పెట్టుకోవచ్చు. Sorry.
Padmaja garu, go ahead.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महीसाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यश्यालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितो ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः अपुत्रा पुत्रिणः सन्तु पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अदनाः सदनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु शतदां शतम् सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान्मा प्रमदः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सर्वे जना सुखिनो भवन्तु स्वस्ति.
Dhanyawadalu, Padmaja garu. Thank you very much. Now we raise for the national anthem. Venkatnarayan garu, please.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभाशिष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे. जय हिंद.
Thank you very much, Venkat Narayan garu. Since there is no time today, we'll take up the questions tomorrow. Kindly note down your questions so that tomorrow we can have the question and answer session. Visalakshi garu, can we close the day for today?
Okay అండి.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
I am closing today. Thank you.
Jai Shri Vishnu.